Yeah. Welcome back to the Roosevelt Show, ladies and gentlemen. I got a special individual in the building with me tonight. Before we get started, man, I got to do the intro and all of that good shit. So look, check it out. Uh, I appreciate all y'all for following, liking, subbing, all of
Oh,
that good
girl, let's
shit.
go
You know what I'm
way
saying?
back. Oh
Y'all make
yeah,
sure
check
y'all
this
tap
out.
in with me, man. The Roosevelt Show. Let's go, man. Let's go. I got a special guest in the building with me today, y'all. Hey,
Back in the days,
I'm gonna bring him on in a minute, man.
Some days I sit and wish I was a kid again.
My brother from another mother,
When I
man.
was young, I'm not a kid anymore.
We'll drop
Some
another bomb
days I
for
sit
him.
and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days, when I was just a little nigga, I looked up to my bigger bro, begged if I could kick it. So when he went out with girls, I could go tagging along, nagging. If she had a sis, maybe could knock a baby hood rat. Y'all remember way back then when it was 1985, all the way live. I think I was about 10.
Yeah.
One of those happy little niggas singing the blues.
Hey, y'all catch this, man. Y'all make sure y'all tap in on the Facebook, YouTube, the Twitch, the Roosevelt Show, man. Hashtag that shit, man.
10 minutes, then it's like back on the bike to play hide and go get it with the young
Hey, with no further ado, man, I'm finna bring my nigga Zelly in the motherfucking building. Mr. Zero Boy Production himself. You heard?
If they really had money,
Yes, sir.
and all the girls
You heard?
Yes, sir. Berg.
Berg. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Think about the years I was raised.
Hey,
Back in the day.
Zelly, man. What's up,
Man.
my brother? How you doing, fam?
Peace, King. I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Most
We still inking shit.
still inking shit, bro. That ain't gonna never change, man. As y'all know, man, the reason of me doing interviews with certain individuals, man, I feel like, I'm the type of individual I like to give people their flowers, man. And this brother right here has been in this game for a long time. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna age him and say how long, but he's been in the game for a very, very long time. Very consistent at what he does, very professional at what he does. And the product is always A1. And with no further ado, man, I'm gonna give a shout out to my nigga Donzelly, Mr. Zero Boy Production himself, man. My nigga in the building.
Appreciate you.
My nigga in the building.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me on the Roosevelt Show. It's an honor. It's a pleasure. All the above.
Appreciate you, my brother. Uh Diving in, Zelly. I've been knowing you for, a while, bro, right? Like, we go back. I met you through, one of our constituents, you know what I'm saying? Our brother, your little brother, my big brother, you know what I'm saying, ST. Uh
Absolutely.
and first time I met you, man, I felt like, you was a genuine brother, you was about your hustle, uh, you know, um, a self-made individual. You know what I'm saying? Um, I want to, I kind of wanted to get into, a little bit of your story, man. So, I'm gonna ask you, bro, where was you born and raised, man? Let's start from the beginning, man. Where was you born and raised, bro?
And, I was born in Centinela Hospital in Inglewood, uh,
Mm,
raised in Nixon Garden, Watts Nixon Garden projects.
mm,
Uh, yeah, I'm a project baby. I'm a day one, you know,
mm.
straight out the
Fresh,
gutter.
fresh out the jacks from the bottom.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All love to my Watts fam. WATTS, we the best.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Um, Growing up in Watts, man, as a youth, man, let's talk about your younger days, man. What was a typical day like for, the young Zelly running through the projects, man? You know what I'm saying?
You know, well, first and foremost, man, I like being behind the camera, but I'm on the camera for my fam. let's 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 put that on the record.
It's
Set the
awkward.
record
Yeah, a
straight.
little
Yeah,
awkward.
yeah, a little nervous. It's all to the Glacy
Yeah,
logo
like,
though.
hey, you
Uh,
home, bro. You know what I'm saying? You home,
absolutely,
my nigga. You know what I mean?
absolutely. Growing up in the projects, man, it was now that I reflect back and look back, it was definitely challenging,
Mm-hmm.
because we pretty much in between a rock and a hard place.
Facts.
Um, a lot of things to deal with, as far as stereotype, um, peer pressure, um, and you got to keep your head on the swivel.
Yeah.
So my day was pretty much waking up, thanking the Most High first and foremost for another breath,
Yes, sir.
uh, depending on the situation and everything that we was at, and living in and all that good stuff. Um, and just trying not to let the society and the environment influence me.
Mm,
So
that part.
that's
That
something
part.
that I had to deal with every day, whether
Yeah.
it was game banging, stealing, robbing, running from the police for no reason
Yeah.
because they was harassing you and pulling you over and all that for no reason.
Right.
So it was more so like a flight or fight, you know,
Yeah.
uh, within everything. The moment you step out those doors, it was which one you was gonna do.
Right.
So it was basically like you either getting prayed or you the prey. So which one you was gonna be.
That's right.
Um, so I try to keep myself occupied. Uh, trying to do positive things with myself, keep my days and my time allocated correctly. And
Mm,
stay out of trouble. You
mm.
know, which was hard because trouble be right at knocking at your front door.
Right there in the front
And
yard.
yeah, and sometimes you take those, you take the bait or the influence or the encouragement from your peers and the people you grew up around. So it was a challenging thing, man. It was tough. I wouldn't wish it up on nobody,
Yeah.
but I made it out, and I'm here today to tell the story. And the
Yeah.
tell all coming soon.
Yeah.
The tell all coming soon.
Yeah. Drop a bomb for that man. He said he made it out.
Absolutely,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely.
sir.
Yeah, I seen it all. Fights, stabbing, shootings. Police brutality.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
oh enchilada. I can go on and on, but
I feel it.
yeah,
Uh, it sounds to me, you was able to avoid, if you want to say, and I know this is a cliche, right? Kind of saying or statement, but you was able to avoid the LA gang politics and the surroundings, I mean, firsthand witness to it, but it didn't navigate your life. You was able to navigate it, if you want to say.
yeah. I witnessed it all. I'm a '70s baby,
Mm.
uh, so I was there when it all first
So when
started.
it's crack, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, just speaking of that alone changed the demographics of everything. You know,
Yes,
um, I have my own personal opinions and stories how that came about.
mm,
We all know how that shift into the inner city and the low poverty areas. It ain't no rocket scientist. You don't need a rocket scientist to figure that out.
right,
But the gangs and the trouble did influence me. I missed it, but I was also involved in it. I
right,
had my shakeups, I had
right,
my fights.
right.
Because it was either because it was like, hey, where you from? And you like, I don't gang bang, but then it was a follow up question where you live at. So regardless if you gang bang or not, you was gonna
You
have to
live
get
on
busy. Yeah, you go
yeah,
put it like this: whoever was asking you where you was from, and you didn't live in their neighborhood, then you was gonna have to get busy. So what I took up on
bottom.
myself was is the moment somebody asked me where I was from, I tell them I didn't game bang, and I might have took off with a knuckle sandwich afterwards because
Huh.
anyway it was gonna go, we was gonna go to blows,
Oh,
regardless if
yeah.
we game bang or not. So but for the most part, I was good. To me, it all depends on how you carry yourself.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Um,
sir.
bullies love fear. So once you sow that fear, you get the and then it's over. It's a wrap. So, but you stand your ground and stay in your square. Like,
Mm.
look, homie, I don't game bang. You know what I'm saying? With a straight face, like, don't make me turn it on. And then
Yeah.
the follow up question, like, where you live at? And then you, man, I live in Nixon Gardens. And then you
So,
knew right there you had to go.
mhm.
It wasn't no, oh, well, you get a pass, you don't bang and none of that. No, man, it was guilty by association, guilty by affiliation, guilty
Yeah.
by where you lay your head at. So,
Yeah.
but times has changed. We came a long way.
Yes, sir.
You know, I
Yes, sir.
commend the gang members now because it's a little bit different, even though I disagree with all the gang banging, period. I
Hmm.
think it's detrimental and it hurt us, um, our ethnicity, rather, but it hurt every ethnicity because now every ethnicity is calling themselves gang bangers and coming up
It's,
with gimmicks.
it's
You know,
worldwide. It's
yeah,
worldwide at that point.
yeah. I think it was definitely a demise for the whole human mankind, if you ask me. But
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but
It
yeah,
does.
man, I wiggled myself through.
Found
I
your way
got
up
through
out
all
of there.
those murderers, dealers, and killers.
Yeah. I feel you,
And I,
bro.
yeah, you
This
know,
this goes, this goes into the next question. Like, okay, so born in the ghetto, you know what I'm saying? One of the roughest, if not the roughest project in the roughest, if not the roughest city in Los Angeles County.
double whammy, right?
Double whammy. You navigate through that, bro. And I wanted to ask you, like, at what point did you get into photography, or was it something else before the photography? The photography.
Well, like I said, the tell all coming soon,
Yeah.
but
I
I'll
know
give you the
you
gist
know
of
you ain't got to
it.
drop too much tools on them today.
Yeah, I give you the gist of it. For the Roosevelt show.
I appreciate.
Um, so I gotta still stay in the realm of when I was young. So because you asked me a question, how did I navigate through the poverty and the gangs and all that of living in Watts?
Yeah.
I want to shout out my Zero Boys,
Let me get him drop a
because at
bomb that one time. Hold on. Hold the fuck on.
so
Yes, sir.
Zero Boys was Zero Boys posse, and it was a group of gentlemen that come from the same upbringing as myself.
Mm-hmm.
All living in the projects, and they didn't want to be from the gang. Hence the name Zero Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they didn't want to claim the gang. Not that they had anything against the gangs, but it just wasn't their forte. They didn't see their life doing and contributing to the things that the gangs were doing,
Right.
you know. And so I met a couple of those guys, and they saw something in me, that I pretty much I instilled and had and saw within myself, but I didn't know what direction I was gonna go in. But I knew I wasn't gonna go in the directions of the gangs because my older brother was gang banging, and I was
That's-
seeing him missing summers, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
all them holidays and all that, getting in trouble. So I decided if you going that way, then I'm gonna go the opposite route.
Mm.
And in that mind frame, I met those guys, the Zero Boys, and they told me what they was about. Recruited me within. I became a Zero Boy, a baby Zero Boy. So we created a chapter called Baby Zero Boys
Mm.
because they was a little older than us. So we figured let's do Baby Zero Boys and then we graduate to actual Zero Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Staying out of trouble, going to school. We always dress fresh.
Yes, sir.
We was like the upper salon of the neighborhood, if you really want to call it,
Hey,
because we would be on
I
the
seen
top.
it back in the day pictures. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was sharp, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
we was trying to do the opposite. If they was out there game banging, killing and selling dope, we was trying to do the opposite. So whatever that entailed, that's what we was doing.
Mm-hmm.
No smut on the hood, because
Yeah.
I'm William Nickerson's to
Yeah.
the death, to the casket drop. Everybody know that.
Yes, sir.
I just don't game bang.
Most
But
definitely.
anyway, so I joined these guys, Zero Boys. I graduated to become a Zero Boy. Uh, staying out of trouble, zero tolerance for anything negative. That's what it means to me. And so to fast forward, as we were growing up, graduating high school, a few of us getting ready to go off to college,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and my last year of high school, I moved to Long Beach.
Okay.
And needless to say, I asked the OG Zero Boys um, if I could take the name with me
Mm.
and recruit and build.
Mm.
So I went to Long Beach and recruited and built my whole own chapter of Zero
New,
Boys.
new chapter.
Yeah, I created the Long Beach chapter of Zero Boys.
Mm.
And we had some go-getters, some rappers, some comedians,
Mm-hmm.
some hustlers,
Talk about it. Come on.
all walks of life.
Yes, sir.
So to fast forward, uh, I said, man, we need to turn this into a company. You know, shouts out to Fan, shouts out to Feed, shouts out to
Mm.
Tango, and
Mm.
then shouts out to Young Capo. Them was the first members. And then
Mm.
Arsenic came, Nello came, and then the list go on. So I
Yeah.
double backed in the projects and told the big homies like, look, it's a Zero Boys Productions. I'm turning it into a business. Whoever want to jump on, let's eat, let's build, let's see what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, uh, it didn't go as according as planned. It started off good, and then, I mean, but don't get me wrong, it's still going good.
Yeah.
But it depends on who you ask. For
Exactly.
me, I'm for me, I'm up. I'm
From
eating. I'm in the business for myself. But one thing you got to realize is that it may start off good with a group of people, but everybody dream and aspirations ain't theirs and ain't yours. And
right,
yours
right.
ain't theirs. However you want to put it, however you want to say it.
Everybody
So
dream ain't your dream, man, and vice versa. You
exactly,
know what I'm saying? Yeah.
exactly. So uh, make a long story short, uh, we started off with, we've always done music, so that was already our number one start was music. You know, rest in peace to Steve O.
That's
You
the
know,
pick.
one of the greatest MCs I know out of Long Beach.
Facts.
Very underrated.
For my nigga one time. Facts.
Yeah, same with Steve-O, no Kirk Burke. Um,
Burke. Facts.
yeah, shouts out to Arsenic. One of the
Facts.
also one of the dopest MCs I know out of Long Beach. Not only an MC,
Producer too.
but a
Producer too.
producer. Exactly. We used to call him the Young Dre.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Most
hey, man, the stories can go on and on. It's a plethora of stories about it.
definitely.
So we did the music, and then shout out to Fantino. Got us one of our first
Yeah.
clubs to promote out.
Definitely. Most
Uh,
definitely.
so the whole backstory on that was, Fantino, he Captain Fan. He had the idea, let's jump in this club and let's do a night at the club. I know the managers in there,
Mm.
but it was kind of on the fence because he couldn't really seal the deal, because they was on the fence rather like, oh, we don't know if we should let y'all do it.
Right. Right.
So he already knew, let me call the gift of gab. Let me
Mm.
call the press, let me call Zelly, but at the time I was Capo. I
Mm.
was Big Capo and Capo was Lil Capo. So
Okay.
he said, let me call Capo, let me call the big bro, which is me, and tell him like this what I need. This he need to close the deal. So we drove to the guy's house, the manager,
Mm.
and we sat on his staircase. We didn't even get to go in. We just sat on the staircase before you enter the home.
Right.
He said, "Why should I give y'all this night at the club?" You know me, I'm a people person. I
Mm.
talk. So I just told him, what we gonna bring to the table. Made
Right.
it sound good.
Right.
We did live up to the expectations.
Mm-hmm.
And we started nightclub promoting.
Hmm.
And since we nightclub promoting, Why not bring our artists in to perform?
They make perfect sense.
Got in good with the management, got in good with the owners, the promoters, you know, had the Wedding Wild Wednesdays going
Mm.
at Cuban Peace in Long Beach.
Yeah, I remember that spot.
Yes, sir. And you performed there a few times.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
was in that thing, man. What was that? Spotlight Sundays, nigga. All of that.
exactly.
Yeah,
Shout out to O, he's still going. You know what
he's
I'm
still
saying?
going.
He got one coming up.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, so we started doing that, man. We started building and performing and growing and recruiting. And shit, at the end of the day, we still here.
Yes,
You
sir.
know,
Yes,
it,
sir.
it may seem like I'm the Lone Ranger because I carry it on my back.
Hmm.
Like I really truly feel and believe that it can go somewhere,
Yeah,
and it did.
yeah. And
So
it
I'm,
still is.
it still is. I'm eating off of it,
Yeah,
regardless of what people say or don't say. I'm eating. Yeah,
yeah.
you know.
It's
And I
this.
don't say that.
It,
Yeah.
go ahead. And I was gonna
No,
say it's this famous quote that you always say, man. And you know that shit is very motivational. You say something about uh
you want me to say it?
man, please say it.
Look,
I don't want to misquote this shit. You know what I'm
man,
saying?
this is what I always tell people. This is what I always say. And I don't always say this to encourage other people, but I also say it to encourage myself. So
Say that shit, man.
believe in yourself,
Yeah.
even if don't nobody else believe in you.
Mm.
When you become successful, they not gonna have no choice but to believe in you.
Let me hit the
And that's what I
motherfucking. Let me
stand
hit
on.
the motherfucking board, nigga. Hold on, my nigga. Hold on. Hold on, brother. You just dropped a jewel on him. I'm sorry. I got my fingers started getting a little excited, and I had to hit a button for that one. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
They ain't gonna have no choice but to
But
believe
do
in you.
it.
God,
Whether they say it or not, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
And I just let the work speak for itself.
Whether they acknowledge you or not, nigga, they still watching.
The bank's still open.
Real big
I get
shit.
paid to shoot, you know. I get paid to shoot, I get paid to speak. So I get paid.
Yes, sir.
And if it ain't a pay involved, then it's up to me to decide whether I want to be there or do it, you
Yes,
know.
sir. Yes,
So
sir.
that's what I stand on. So time is valuable. And
Very
time
true.
and space is one of the same, Albert Einstein. So
Very
that's what
true.
I stand on. And I expect people to treat me the way I treat them and vice
Mhm,
versa. So.
mhm. Very
I'm
true,
just
man.
here for it, man. I'm just here for the ride. I'm just a vessel with an experience.
Mm,
And while I'm here on this earth with my experience, I want to leave a legacy behind, not only for myself, but for my children.
yeah,
And when you perish from this earth, what do you want to be remembered by?
yeah,
What are you leaving behind?
yeah,
You can have a million cars, you
yeah,
can have a million houses,
yeah,
you can have a buku load of money. Shout out to buku,
yeah.
but you can't take it with you,
You
you
cannot.
know. So,
Can
you want to be able to leave stuff, asset and tangible stuff to your children or
yes,
to
sir.
your family or to whoever you have on this realm of this earth. So
Sir.
that's my story, man. Zero Boy Productions, man. Berk, Down Cook Media, man.
Drop that bomb for my nigga. Man, I feel honored, bro, because you dropping me some jewels and some game today. You know, it's a lot of shit I learned from you, dog.
Thank you.
You know, it's a
Likewise,
lot.
bro.
It's a lot of shit I learned from you, dog. Just and it wasn't even like Rose, this how you do this or do that, nigga. It's just I'm gonna show you how to do this, bro. Like the footprints, what they say, the footprints in the sand. Like
Absolutely.
you see a homie like or a friend or somebody moving in the right direction, and you see how they carry themselves. You see how they able to get into a, a club, full of Crips and a club full of Bloods with no problem. You able to
No
mingle with, what I'm saying, with all of them, bro. Professionalism, you know what I'm saying? is
Thank
something that you displayed to me in this here game of media. You know what I'm saying?
you. Yes,
And
sir.
I wanted to sit down with the big bro, man, and like I say, pick your brain, man. So with the photography, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
You picked up the camera. You said, "Fuck it, this is what I'm gonna do day in, day out. This gonna pay my bills. This gonna, you know what I'm saying? This is my bread and butter, basically."
Yes, sir. Yeah. So just to answer your question fully, how I got started, I did retail for 20 some years.
Okay.
Throughout my whole college life, my adolescence, young adolescence, teenage years, I've always had a job, always worked. So I
Mhm.
got trapped into retail. At
Mm.
a young age, I think I was a manager. My first manager gig was like 17, 18 years old, if I'm not mistaken. And I
Wow.
and I stuck with it. I rolled it out. I was a manager for 20, like 21, 20 years. I mean,
Mm.
I'm sorry, 21, 22 years.
Mm.
I was a general manager for T-Mobile, area manager for Robinson's May. The list goes on.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
always managing, so I was always good with people. So uh, just to fast forward a little bit, I had been contemplating and thinking about changing my career path, which I thought was a career, but those wasn't nothing but jobs.
Right.
I had to learn and build my mentality up to realize that those were just jobs,
Right. Right.
that I needed to find myself and start my career.
Yeah.
So I'm in the studio one night, man. Shout out to Red, Demetrius Weatherton. Without him, I wouldn't be where I'm at today because it was
Mm.
his idea for me to be a photographer.
Shout out to Red,
I'm,
man.
I'm in the studio and he had kind of overheard me talking that I'm gonna change careers or job paths or whatever the case may be. At the time, I didn't have my verbiage right, so I was saying it was my career, but like I said, it was a job.
Right.
So he came out the back and said, "Man, you should be a photographer." Well, he actually said, "I know what you should do." I'm like, "What?" He like, "You should be a photographer." I'm like,
Mm. So he
"Photographer?"
he just came out the back just dropped
Came
that
out
on
the
you.
came out the blue and just dropped it on me. Yeah,
Wow.
like it wasn't no conversation or nothing.
Wow.
He actually came out the back literally with a camera he just bought and
Wow.
said, "Nigga, you should be a photographer." Excuse my French on the show, but
Hey,
that's the terminology he used.
hey,
And
we able to talk that shit, man. Talk your shit, bro.
yeah, he said, "You should be a photographer." And I said, "What?" And I came back
Man,
home, did a little bit of pillow talking, and looked into it. But prior to that, coming back home, pillow talking, um, I said, "Bro, I don't know nothing about photography." And that's
yeah.
exactly what he said. He said, "You one of the smartest dudes I know. Just learn it." I said, "Damn." And he hit me with a gym. He hit me upside the head like boop, and the light
Fuck
bulb went off.
you up.
I said,
Yeah,
"Damn."
fucked you up.
I said, "Learn it." Ooh. Then I went home, pillow talked, looked it up. YouTube, my best friend.
Yeah.
So you can learn anything you want to learn on YouTube. It's some BS out on there though. So you
Fact.
got to be able to, you know, cipher through the BS and take what you want and learn from it. Because
That's
everything has a negative and a positive. So bought my first camera, uh, bought some equipment. Uh, I had some stipulations that I wasn't able to use the money that I already had at home.
say some
So I was like, well,
stipulations.
so
Okay.
I was like, how am I get started on my business? And I ended up selling some stuff I had in the garage,
Mm-hmm.
which was my motorcycle and my truck.
Mm-hmm.
And I truly believed in myself, you know.
Man.
And I figured if I can do that and build my company, and I can buy 10 motorcycles and 10 trucks all over again once I become successful within my company.
Man.
So
That mind state though. You know what
I
I'm
just
saying?
got,
That mind
yeah,
state. Wait, we ain't gonna
absolutely,
skip past that point. You went and sold your fucking truck and your motorcycle and said, you know
absolutely.
what? I'm gonna take this money, flip it into my investment to get my career started in my photography. and I'm gonna go
Absolutely.
get me 10 more motorcycles later on down the line, 10 trucks and
If
whatever
I
the hell
choose
I
to.
want, if I choose.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
A lot of people don't think like that, bro. A lot of people,
Yeah. So,
you know,
well, because
that's
it was one of those things where don't use the money you already have. You
right,
know, you have to
right.
leverage money. You have to sometimes use other people' money. Start
Mm,
your business, pay that back, triple up, double up, start
mm,
all over again, and then decide your next steps.
mm.
Um, so I had my first camera. I had no idea what I was doing though. Still don't. You know,
It's a
people may
learning.
say I'm professional, which I am professional, but I'm still learning. We're in the year 2023. Ask me how long I've been doing this.
How long?
1 year. Because
Why would
anything
you say
prior
that?
to this
Yeah.
don't count.
Why
It's a
would you say?
new year, new time, new era. So I'm in my first year. That's how I'm looking at it.
Mm,
I'm not looking at anything I did in the past. I may share it. I may still be living off the accolades and building off the fruits of my labor. But
mm.
for me, 2023, this is my first year.
Nigga,
I heard somebody say,
too cold. Hold
you
on.
don't, I heard somebody say, you don't
Ooh.
make no real money until after 10 years.
Mm,
So theoretically, this is my 11th year. So I'm subtracting the 10 and leave me with one. So this is my first year. I'm ready. I'm just now getting started.
fresh from
I'm
scratch.
building. It
Mm,
start right here first though. I'm building here first, and now I'm ready to share it with the world. They want
yes.
me to speak. They want me to do the show. They want me to do the Don Cook media show, all that good stuff. But like I said earlier, I like being behind the camera.
Yeah.
Uh, but they trying to convince me to be in front of the camera,
Hey, check this out.
like my bro got me on the show right now.
You know what I'm
And I
saying? Hey, look,
appreciate it. I love you for that, man, because we supposed to push and encourage each other, man. And you was one of the first people to tell me, man, you got a story to tell, man.
what the
You
fuck
could
are we
touch some
doing?
lives. So,
Yeah, that's what
you
I'm
know,
saying. Like the
yeah,
type of individual you are, bro. That like we talk, man. Shit, you what you be on and what you speaking, bro, can touch some youths and change their whole lives, bro. You know what I mean? Show them a different way. Like, hey, look, I came from the same place y'all in, and look at me. You know what I mean?
appreciate
I didn't have to, do X, Y, and Z. I did it this way and it still worked. And I'm still a light, a shining star for the hood, if you want to say.
it.
You
Exactly.
know what I mean? That's
Absolutely.
crazy, bro. That is
Thank
crazy.
you. I
That's a
appreciate you, man.
blessing, though, man. The most high, you know, he blessed you, bro. You know what I mean? You definitely got a gift. Um, keep shining that light, Zelly. Keep shining
Thank
that
you.
light, man. You here for a purpose, dog. For real. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate you, fam.
No,
Yeah,
no
your time is
problem.
my time, man. I'm available for you, man. So keep them coming if you got some more.
Oh
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? If you want to do a no holds bar, man, it's the truth, man.
hey,
We'll speak on it, man.
yeah, hey,
Yeah.
you know, um, let me ask you, man. So with the photography, like you
Yes,
say,
sir.
this is year one, right? Recently you had a child that you put in college
Yes, sir.
with this. Let's talk a little bit about that, man. How does it feel being a father, putting your child through college, bro? You know what I mean?
It's a great feeling, man. It's an ultimate feeling. You know, I'm not gonna say it ain't a struggle,
Yeah,
because it is. College is expensive.
yeah,
Life in itself is expensive.
yeah.
But you can't let it get you down. You got to roll with the punches. You know, it all goes back to the mindset first.
Yes,
If
sir.
there's a will, there's a way. You know, don't make no excuses. My mom was a single parent. Although she got married a couple times, but I didn't have nobody to help me pay for college or
Yes, sir.
schooling or anything. I pretty much did everything on my own.
Mm,
So I instilled within myself, and I told myself when I do have children that I'm gonna be there, because my father wasn't there,
right.
not by choice. he got killed. So
Yeah.
excuse me. So he wasn't there in my life to guide me and show me.
Right.
So I never learned how to be a father because I never really had one. So I had to pretty much learn on my own, and I'm still learning.
Yeah.
You know, my oldest is 19, my
Yeah.
youngest is 12.
Yeah.
They think I'm Bank of America. I
Hey,
mean, but
hey,
what
what you
child
know, hey,
doesn't think
hey,
they
hey, our kids be our broke best friends, nigga.
yeah, what child doesn't think their parent Bank of America, right?
Right.
So that was a good experience for me, man. Sending my child off to college,
Man, that's dope, bro.
very proud and happy moment.
I'm pretty sure the fuck you was, nigga. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
and
saying? Hell yeah.
but it's so crazy the world we live in. People will know you send your child off to college, but still try to call you and ask to borrow something.
Mm, let's
I'm
talk
like, yo, like I
about it.
can send my baby to college, man. Like, come on, I should be the last person you asking to borrow something from. You
Right.
should be donating, you
Right.
know. But we live in a world, it's each his own,
Right.
you know.
Right.
Um, and it's a good feeling. She's they in their own realm of life and space, and they're figuring out their life as a young adult.
Yep.
And I'm here, and I'm always gonna be here for my children, whether they adults or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling, man. I'm very proud. I'm a happy father, man. I can't complain.
Man, I'm proud of you, bro. Shit, not too many niggas could do that. Not too many
Thank
niggas
you,
do that. You know what I'm saying? So
thank
that's
you,
you know, as far as your fatherhood, man, that's a monument, and I commend you for that, dog.
thank you.
Um,
One thing I would say before you move on, and that one thing I would say and encourage people to be in your child's life.
yeah,
Because I hear the stories of this and that, or BM tripping, or they keeping the children away from me. But
yeah,
I also see that, you know, some people as men tend to get mad at the BM and then take it out on the children.
yeah,
It ain't those children's fault. You got to shake that off.
yeah,
Regardless if you mad at the BM or the ex-wife and all that or whatever, because she put you on child support, all that ain't that child's fault. You need to still be in that child's life. So,
it's true.
that's what I would want to say to
Nah,
that. Be in
drop,
that child's life no matter what. You
drop
know,
a bomb
they
for you.
need
Yes, sir.
they need you. Yes, sir.
Nah, that's real, man. That's real game coming from a father, to
Man,
another father. You know what I'm saying? There's us being fathers up here, man. I totally respect that. No matter whatever the
absolutely.
situation I've ever been through in my past, I always, remain in my kid's life to this
As
day.
you should. As you
Shit.
should. That's your
I look,
responsibility.
exactly. Exactly.
Hmm. Yeah.
Uh
And if anybody say different, then they wrong. You got to go back to the drawing board and relook and resurface, look in the mirror.
yeah,
How did you feel
yeah,
when you didn't have your father? And we got to break that cycle. So,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
happening a lot and within families, of
Especially
all ethnicities, but it
yeah,
mostly impact ours.
yeah.
So,
Definitely,
so we
definitely
gotta we gotta
mostly.
break that cycle. So that was one of the things I wanted to do was break that cycle. I
Mhm.
wanted my children to grow up in a two-family parent household, and biologically,
Yeah,
and continue and build a legacy and
yeah,
a family and of wealth, generational wealth. And that was one of the number one reasons why I wanted to start work for myself because I was missing a lot of opportunities that I could have with my first child because I was slaving,
yeah,
you know, at a 9 to 5. So
yeah, yeah.
so I had to get myself out of
No, I
that
feel you.
mentality and believe in myself, even if don't nobody else believe in you.
I like that
Yes, sir.
shit right there. Say it, say it,
Man,
say it. You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Believe in
Yes, sir.
yourself, even if don't nobody else believe in you. When you start becoming
That-
successful, they're not gonna have no choice but to believe in you. Simple as that.
Hello,
Yes, sir.
hello. Hey, what's next for Don Cook, man? What's next on the agenda, man? I mean, shit. I know you said this is your first year, but I'm gonna go back over some time. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely.
you had you snapped. the Kendrick Lamars. You snapped the Rihannas.
Yes,
You
sir.
snapped the games, the blue faces. You
Yes,
know what
sir.
I'm saying? All these celebrities, bro. You know what I'm saying? The little sodies. You feel me? You done capture so many moments for so many people for so long, bro.
Yes, sir.
You recently just dropped last year around Halloween time, The Knife, little short
Yes, sir.
film. Y'all go check
Yes, sir.
that out, man. Don Cook. We'll get you the info at the end where y'all can go check that out. But you recently dropped a
Absolutely.
short film, The Knife.
Yes, sir.
What's next for Don Cook, bro? What's next on the
Um,
what's on the plate, big homie?
that's a great question. You know, I'm still figuring it out. You know, I'm a Libra, so we the
Yeah,
scale. So
yeah.
I'm pretty balanced, but I have so many different things I want to do,
Mm,
and I'm only in my own way. You
mm,
know, I'm very transparent. I'm in my own way, man. I got so many ideas,
mm,
that I want to bring forth to the table. So many different things I want to do. But if I have to answer your question organically, um, the next step for me is Don Cook Junior Photography Academy.
mm.
You know, that's something I'm gonna push this year. Um,
Okay.
I'm already coaching and mentoring, but I'm doing it on a minute level.
Right, right.
Uh, that a few people want me to broaden that, and broaden that spectrum,
Dropping
and
that game.
they
Dropping
want to
them.
put some money behind me,
Yeah,
financially, and
yeah.
invest in it. And because so far, you know, I would say I done everything on my own, but that wouldn't be fair for me to say because all the relationship and past experiences I had with building Zero Boy Productions and all the teammates that I had and still have,
Mm-hmm.
regardless if you see me out there in the field by myself, repping it on my back by myself, it still paved the way for me to be here and be where I am today. So hats off to all the Z team members. Burke, Burke, Burke.
Shout
I
out. Hold
love
on.
y'all,
Hold on. Hats off to all the Z team members.
all the Z team members. All the family members, all the
Zero girls
affiliates,
too. Shout out to the zero girls
zero,
too.
zero girls, all that, all the above,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I appreciate them, wholeheartedly. But yeah, next on my list, man, is Don Cook Jr. Photography Academy. And immediately following that, all around the same time, is I definitely want my own studio, you know, uh, and I want it to be a multiple of different things, photography, videography, music, because Zero Boy Productions is not just photography and videography. I don't
Yeah,
even think people know that. It's a
yeah,
plethora of things. It's music, it's productions, film,
yeah,
it's clothing brands.
yeah,
Anything we can produce, we producing.
yeah.
So it's bigger than that. I make my own apparel when I'm out shooting. You see the camera shirts. I
Mm-hmm,
make that myself, you know. All that
mm-hmm.
falls under one umbrella. It's Zero Boy Productions.
Yeah,
Whether it's Don Cook Jr., Don Cook Media, at the end of the day, the parent company is Zero Boy Productions.
yeah.
So the academy coming, I'm speaking it to an existence,
Yes, sir.
and I'm gonna get a studio,
Yes, sir.
and I'm gonna go from there, and I'm gonna continue to build. And my job is to help people, you know. And if I can help somebody get to where I'm at or better, then so be it. My job is done. If I talk to 10 people and have an impact on one, it's a successful talk. So
You did your job. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
exactly. So that's where I'm
This
headed.
is
That's the direction I'm headed.
I feel it. And I
Yeah.
respect that too, man. Shit, that's all positivity, bro.
Thank you.
Anybody hate on that, then they need to go shoot themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, get
Yeah.
up out of here. You know what I'm saying? With all that
Absolutely.
negativity. You feel me?
Oh, the
Uh,
hate and the negative come, you
yeah,
know.
of
It,
course.
it,
Of
it's
course.
come, it come, it's there, it's out there.
Of
They
course.
talking about me right now. They mad at me right now, but I'm
They
still
might
smiling.
they might be mad by the time they see this, but
I'm
I
still
mean,
smiling, man. The bank's still open, man.
the bank's still open, nigga. And it's
Bank's
early
still open.
too.
Yeah.
you,
So,
you might not have to stand in a long line. You feel me? It's early. You know what I'm
nah,
saying?
no living in the nine. No, entrepreneurs no living in the nine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you feel
look.
me? Hello.
Entrepreneurs no line, man. They see me
Yeah,
coming. Hey, Mr. Chris,
straight in.
right this way, sir.
Straight
Yeah,
in. That's right.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Uh,
Absolutely.
this gonna be my last question, man. And this is something, what's your message to the youth, bro? Like, if 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 you could say something to somebody right now, to the youth, somebody that may be watching, man, what's your message, bro?
Don't get discouraged. You know, don't get discouraged, and believe in yourself. And as long as you're putting your best foot forward, you can make anything happen. Put it in your mind. Let your actions align with your mindset, because you could say you want to do something and you want to be something, but you're not putting no action towards it. So align your actions with your mindset. Put your best foot forward. Don't get discouraged. It's gonna be a lot of naysayers. And use me as an example. I
Yeah,
had a good paying job. You know, I was making over 100,000.
yeah,
You know, because I was getting paid hourly and I was getting paid commission of my entire store and my employees. Whatever the case may be, whatever they sell, I got a part of it. I got a commission. You know, shouts out to T-Mobile, man. That was a great job. I ain't even gonna front. It
shout
was
out
a good
to
company.
T-Mobile. Man.
It was a great company. Done a lot of great things with that money I made with them. But
And you,
our visions wasn't aligning, you know,
you know
towards
what's
where I want in my life
you know
at,
what's crazy? When you just said that, like, you walked away from 100,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? And said, like, you know what? I'm gonna start my own path. I'm gonna write my own journey. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do this shit myself. I don't want to work for nobody. I want to work for myself.
Absolutely.
The amount of
With
faith
$0.
with $0 at that. Like,
Zero
nobody
more.
came and said, "Hey, I'm gonna invest in you." Everything that you got it from the mud in your two hands and your 10 toes. You feel me?
Absolutely.
That is, you don't hear that story every day, dog. And that's the reason why I wanted to sit down with you, man, because I know you got a lot of game to share. We can't capture all the game in this little time right here. You know what I'm
Impossible.
saying? It's impossible. But I
Yes, sir.
know that you got some things coming, on the tell all, like you say, later on down the line. You feel me? And again, man, I want to thank you for, allowing me this opportunity, bro, to sit down with you. I know your time is your money. You sat down with your little brother, man, and gave me that exclusive, man. So I'm gonna always forever be grateful for you, bro. I appreciate you, dog, for real. I'm gonna give you a shout out first. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Shout out to the Roosevelt show. I love you. I love what you're doing. I'm watching. I might be quiet and don't say too much, but I'm watching, I'm rooting for you, I'm praying for you. Positive vibrations always coming my way to
For
your
sure.
way. You know that we talk quite often as much as we could.
Yes, sir.
We definitely need to start talking more, and
Yes,
and,
sir.
and, and you in the pipeline though.
Yes, sir.
You already know that. So when the building come, it's gonna be some decisions made and some opportunities, and you definitely in the works. You definitely on the list. So
Appreciate that, bro.
and when the bag fall out the sky, you definitely got to check with your first and last name on it.
The
You already
government,
know that.
the
Yeah,
government on that motherfucker.
you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? When your boy call and say, "Hey, I need your first and last name and your last four digits of your social," then you know it's real. So
yes,
that's what
sir.
I stand on. My word is my bond. We've said this, 10, 12, 11, 13 years ago. So for
Yeah,
me, nothing's changed. You
yes,
know,
sir. Yes, sir.
and I'll leave with this. I'm Zero Boy Productions to the casket drop.
Mm,
You know, um, and with that being said, anybody that I ever promised with or made that word is bond with, as far as the name and living off the name and getting paid and getting a check off the name, it's still coming to you whether you rocking with me or not,
mm,
because my word is my bond, and
mm,
that's something we committed to. That's something I'm standing on, and I'm standing in my square in life, and I found out who I am, and this is who I am. and I'm going to continue this legacy. I'm going to continue to build, whether I'm by myself or with 100 men.
Yeah.
But just know the word is bond, and if we said you was getting a check, then you getting a check.
Yeah.
That's as simple as that. I might not rock with you after you get your check, but we still got one thing in commonality, and that's Zero Boy Productions.
Yes, sir.
And that's
Yes,
just
sir.
what it is. Even if you say you not use Zero Boys Productions before, and you said you was Zero Boy Productions, so in
Yes,
my world, in my head, you always Zero Boy Productions, and I stand on that.
yes, sir. Nigga, drop the bomb.
Right,
Drop
right.
the bomb. There it is. There. Hey, y'all heard it first from the man himself, my nigga Donzelly, man. Don Cook Media. Y'all make sure y'all go check his YouTube channel out. Follow him.
Yes, sir.
What's your Instagram, dog?
Instagram is Zero Boy Productions. YouTube is Zero Boy Productions. You know what I'm saying? It's Don Cook Media, Don Cook Junior Photography, all the above.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself, even if don't nobody else believe in you. When you
Why?
start becoming successful, they're not gonna have no choice to believe
Hey, like that, we up
in you.
out this
Roosevelt Show.
motherfucker. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Burke, man. Till next
Burk, burk,
time,
burk.
you know what I'm saying?
Love you,
Zelly,
dog.
love you too, dog. I appreciate you for coming through. We gonna ride out like this, man. Shit. Drop another
Thank
bomb,
you
man.
for
My
having
nigga Zelly came through the Roosevelt show, ladies and gentlemen.
me.
Block out.
Days gone by that confusion, hate on my revolution. They know my past, but can't carry weight on my back. Speaking, what can I say? I got a ways to go. Just common sense, I got a ways to go. Live for the elevation, breathe like my heart is racing. See past my fears in my ears, or reward my steady patience. What can I say? I got a ways to go. Just common sense, I got a ways to go. From March to February, I give my best in every time of distress. Can't recline, I flow like the estuary. No mic projects my true spirit, my words are secondary. My actions reek of my passion, captions are necessary. Subtítulos abajo, this niño hay carajo. Pepino grande, no mames, holla if you can follow. This drift, dismiss kisses, lipstick bitches will bite and swallow. Vicious resentment is given when it results in sorrow. Tears hit soil salty, coconut oil on feet that dig in the dirt to be grounded. Found that this boy is bossy. Clown is payaso and neither appear familiar, glossy. Exterior don't amount to nothing, that's just the usual. These niggas delusional, these hoes be confused. I want you to show them the truth, but you just as human, so you just go to your source and pray that this carnal situation might bend me to that point, but never break me. Dirty Mercedes. Days gone by that confusion, hate on my evolution. They know my past, but can't carry weight on my back. What can I say? I got a ways to go. Just common sense, I got a ways to go. Live for the elevation, breathe like my heart is racing. See past my fears in my ears, or reward my steady patience. What can I say? I got a ways to go. Just common sense, I got a ways to go. Put out my debut project, still ain't copped a new car yet. They know my Honda round yonder from new condos to projects. But that down payment on property got me